massive bugs that will attack us. It's gonna point it out so we all remember that.
I also want to know if she messes with rodents.
Are you asking, or are you just kind of putting two and two together, or thinking about it? You have seen no rodent
No.
imagery. You actually went into that building at one point, and
Yeah.
all I can say is they are very committed to their insect imagery.
All right.
So
I
you
won't
did
ask
not,
about
you, yeah,
rodents.
you did not see like a little statue to the rat sub-god or something like that. Like, you didn't see that.
Test of test.
So the answer, at least as far as you know, is negative. There's no obvious indicator. You are have the wisdom to spot that this woman is actually making a lot of sense in perhaps a risky way, because obviously her temple could sort of overwhelm and consume yours, but that she's not lying. This isn't a trick on her part. So, that is what. But Over wants to know what everyone thinks. We heard about it from Alexian. We already got attacked once. You're thinking about, what could this have to do with last night, if anything. No immediate connection comes to mind. Is there anything you two want to say to Ulver? He says you two have a much better grasp of the realities of dealing with all the complications here, so I need to rely on your advice.
What do you think, Robert? I think there's plenty of real estate for everyone. There's empty buildings, and you don't have to focus on us. You can do good uh, by making this place nice.
Don't pass my house.
These people, they want to do something good. You can use them to make this place better for everyone.
That's actually pretty convincing. We have the uh, the peace frog delegates, or whatever we call them. We have them. They wanted to go and talk to the center. In fact, they were planning on it this very morning. Um, I'm stopping myself from thinking about funny things to say, because it's not a comedy. But they are preparing. They're preparing to go and go into the center, and are hoping that, in fact, Andika will even stick her head in the door and say, "So, does anyone want to come?"
It's while Judeka is still here.
Yes. So there's kind of a double take of, who are these people? What do you mean? Are these the people you're talking about?
Yes, this is our followers.
Any thoughts? Over says, I'm still interested in what you have to say.
No,
Oh,
not any immediate thoughts. Well, the first thought is that I'm confused.
okay. All right. So I'm going to say that the visitors, the newcomers, would like to go, and Jukia will in fact say, "All right, let's. If you'd like to come and make a presentation, that sounds wonderful. Come on over." And sort of looks around at the three of you, as in, is anybody coming?
I'll go to make sure the Munificence don't do anything shady again
Okay.
and to play good.
The uh, the blood hawk has very sharp eyes and perception abilities. And as you can see when you go outside, it has taken up a spot on a corner of one of the buildings. And it's gone into kind of a threat pose, like in a ready to strike. And it's staring very distinctly at one of the people who's headed over to the center. And that person is him.
I knew it, of course. He's always beat it there again.
The sprites don't like you. The sacred bloodhawk who is sworn now to the service of the little good god doesn't like you.
At least I have my baboons.
They like you.
Yeah. Tolerate me more like it was doing.
Yeah, I think I can cast speak with animals here.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Excellent. In that case, the hawk says, "Can't you see it? Can't you see it riding with him? Look again." And and sure enough, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sure enough, let's take a look at the possibilities here, just to make sure that we're not unfairly exposing your little friend. But yeah,
Turning
become
invisible.
invisible at will, and so there's invisibility. I just want to check on the technicalities of invisibility, just to see what's going on here. Third level, isn't it? There. Vanish from sight, not detectable by normal vision or infravision. Right? The invisible creature is not magically silenced.
So would it be possible to see it with dark vision then?
They don't really have dark vision in this game. They have infravision and ultravision. Which perhaps needed clarification later, so they made up dark vision, I guess. Okay. Right. Yeah. Aha. There are creatures that are that automatically detect invisible objects. The hawk does not quite qualify if it were just a hawk, but it's not. There you were talking about how it was a wimpy little thing, and I was thinking to myself, that's what he thinks. Because what you have is a cross. I made up a creature. It's a cross between a bloodhawk, which you saw, and now it's time for you to realize, as Robert, that you actually have it's not exactly the same, but it's like a cross between the bloodhawk physically and this thing's abilities.
Okay.
Pseudo dragon. So
The picture is cool though.
the picture is what?
The picture is cool though. So
And it is just at this point that we can do a little bit of a backtrack to have Mila visit Hazel.
Oh.
And this is going to be in yet another. They must have so many shady, spooky, redneck-filled, mullet-wearing bars all through this city. This is in yet another one. You've been moving from, I mean, it would have to be the same place, but I think you've been kind of making yourself move around a little bit.
Yes.
Sort of avoiding all the people showing up
true.
and saying, I hear Hazel comes here, right? And you're like, I'm not going to go there for another week or two. So therefore,
Most certainly not. No.
And so therefore, at this place, however, Mila comes to visit you, and she has brought with her a tall woman with a fairly extensive head covering and a veil. And it is the kind of veil that comes down rather than up.
Mm-hmm.
And that woman remains silent. And Mila says, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Certainly it's a pleasure to see you.
She says, I'm in need of somebody with flexible strategies and a sense of, adapting to changing conditions.
I think you may have found that person. What is it you have in mind?
There have been some challenges to my business and political interests in the Street of the Gods. You may recall that I have a certain hand in the business dealings and the opportunities in the Street of the Gods, loyal to the Ordination, as all right-thinking people should be. And here she kind of gives you a sidelong look, because she's pretty sure that you're not very ordinated. And so, still though, she says, however, things have become rather disorderly in a particular area, and they need the finances of the area need a little bit of reorganizing. What I need from you is to remove, or at least learn more about, the operations of a certain religious community in the Street of the Gods. A lot of money changes hands there and undergoes transformation there. They've been very valuable to us in the past, and yet I now have word that they are ceasing that function, or at least changing it so its benefits to me are disappearing. Now, inside there are some sacred objects. Find those sacred objects and remove them. That would be absolutely, absolutely critical, or rather desirable. If it's not possible, I'm not asking you to take a ridiculous risk. I would prefer you to let me know that it's not possible, and then I may take more extreme measures.
So, if possible, you want me to get those things. If not, you want to know as much as possible.
Yes, so that I can, we can come up with a more suitable strategy. The woman next to her mutters a little bit and says, strike them all to stone. And Mila says, in time perhaps if necessary. Mila is sitting across from you.
Mm-hmm.
The woman is standing behind her and to the side and has not sat. She does not look servile. She does not look like a servant or a helper to Mila. They came in kind of as a pair. She just prefers not to sit. Another woman comes up. Boy, women everywhere. Another woman comes up and says, "Mistress, your tea." And you realize that she had had special tea brewed for her in this pit of a dive of a hive of scum and villainy. And they made tea for her. they didn't. There was no question. They found what they needed to find. They made it, and now it is ready. And now this woman is saying, "Mistress, your tea is ready," without moving another muscle. The woman reaches out and takes the tea. Breathes it in. And the person who just gave her the tea is Carnation.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to move a muscle, sir. I'm very much concentrated on not giving myself away.
You may remember that the Medusa had been a little bit distracted by somebody
Yes,
stabbing her and her biting that person, and may not have a very good sense impression of your face or name or anything of the kind.
I'm going to concentrate on Mila and asking which church.
It's called the Center for Universal Munificence, and it is, they're very weird. I don't anticipate any difficulty unless, of course, there are surprises there, but they are remarkably, they've been very consistent in their policies, and this change is a big change. So, you know, we will see. There's more than one political group who would be very grateful for this. If you will recall, Mila was associated with the Golden Void, and Lady Devazat was associated with the Black Mist. You may be looking at an across the aisles, as they say, an across the aisle joint operation here.
And what would be in it for me?
Well, certainly, certainly payment commensurate with your risks, and certainly the favor, the ongoing regard and opportunities as may come your way, through the operations of, and here they say it, the Golden Void and the Black Mist. Yes, improves living conditions and lifestyle for ongoing favors. You would be able to have a nice place with a courtyard and a garden, perhaps. They don't know that what you might be interested in or need, but should you need that, you could have it.
Well, I will give it a try. I'll contact you as soon as I have almost anything.
Well, let me put it this way. All of this happened sometime before the events that we're playing with everyone else. So by the time they get there, you will have put your strategy into operation. So the question is, what is your strategy? And where is my map? Okay?